Some people think generators make a lot of noise. What do you think? We're willing to put up with that noise for about an hour and a half once a week. But what if you're out of power for 3 days? What do you think your neighbors are going to think while they're listening to your generator and you're sitting in the hot tub having cold drinks? You might have neighbors in your hot tub with you.
Hi, I'm John from Green Star Power. This is a follow-up video to our whole house generator video. I'm going to try to explore more details and hopefully answer more questions.
The first question usually is, where do we put the generator? You might be tempted to put it all the way here at the back of the lot. And while that is possible, it's not always practical. There are a bunch of factors that determine the best place to put a generator, and you have to try to balance all them out.
Let me put it this way. The best place would be if your natural gas meter was somewhat close to your electrical meter, and if they were somewhat close to your electric panel in the basement, while at the same time, if there were no windows and doors within 1.5 meters and no nearby ignition sources. On top of that, it can't straddle your property line. Now, if that ideal spot is not available, then we start looking for trade-offs. Perhaps we have to run the gas or electrical a little further. I want to talk about transfer switches. Transfer switch basically decides whether to power your home from your utility or from your generator. Your transfer switch detects when there isn't power coming from your utility. It tells the generator to start. It disconnects the utility from your house and connects the generator. Presto, your house has power again. Then it can detect when the utility power returns, switch the house back to the utility, and turn off your generator.
But there are transfer switches that can do so much more. We can install a transfer switch that will be dedicated to 8 circuits on your house. So your whole house may not be powered up, but those 8 circuits could be the sump pump, the fridge, the freezer, maybe part of your kitchen, and that way you have power to the most important 8 circuits in your house. And you'd be surprised, 8 circuits can be a lot. That's one way to do it. Another way to do it is to buy a load shedding transfer switch. So it'll supply power to a certain part of your house. And say your sump pump isn't running right now, your freezer isn't running, and the transfer switch says, hey, I've got extra power. And it'll know on a priority level to power up different parts of your house. So now maybe it'll say, okay, I'm going to power up, number 1 will be the air conditioning. And then it looks at that and says, hey, I still have extra power. I'm going to also power up the 2 front bedrooms. But then your sump pump kicks in, your freezer is running, and it says, oh, I got to claw back on the bedrooms. It'll turn off the bedrooms, and it might even turn off your air conditioning until the sump pump and the freezer turn back off again. And then it'll start going back up that priority level of items that it can power on. Now, how does that save you money? You can buy a much smaller generator and a different transfer switch. You can save thousands on the generator, and you can save hundreds on the transfer switch. And not only that, but you're going to save money on the fuel in the long run. Imagine a generator only half the size. Instead of buying a 24 kilowatt, you buy a 14 kilowatt. And that generator has to run for 3 days, maybe even 6 or 7 days, maybe 10 days. And that generator at about half the size is going to consume a lot less fuel. And that's where the big savings are going to be.
At the beginning of this video, I had my lawn tractor over there, so you didn't really get to see what the generator sounds like. This is on idle, and it's not under load. Also, come on over here. This is the exhaust end where the noise actually comes out. I've got it pointing towards my street, so that does make a difference. It doesn't bother people that way so much.
While you're adding a generator to your property, you might want to do some other changes as well. Whenever I added our generator, I had to take care of some drainage problems first, and so I did a little bit of landscaping at that end of the house. Maybe you want to combine some panels and get rid of some sub panels. Maybe put in an upgrade, a service upgrade from 100 amps to 200 amps. Maybe you want to
put in a fence to help redirect some of that noise we talked about earlier. Or maybe you're thinking of putting solar on the roof or a charger in the garage. Whatever those changes are, now's the time to think about them, because in the long run, making all those changes at once will save you money. Apples to apples. When you get quotes from contractors, make sure you check them over carefully. We've had clients tell us that they were able to get a much better price somewhere else, but whenever we go over the quote with them, we discover that the other contractor didn't include the installation of the gas. That's usually propane or natural gas. So make sure you're checking those quotes accurately, that you don't have any surprises at the end. Sometimes they'll tell you, oh no, the gas hookup is your responsibility, and that could cost you more in the end. If you're thinking of getting a generator, visit our website or give us a call. Greenstar Power can supply the generator and transfer switch, land the generator on a pad, connect the electrical and the gas, and commission the generator, all for one quoted price. Remember, like the video and subscribe to our channel. And here's the other video that we created a while back. Have a good day.